Good morning, students. Welcome back to the next session of Artificial Intelligence. Well, in the last session, we have discussed the concepts on expert system. We have discussed the basics of expert system as well as we have discussed the components of expert system. So, as I discussed previously in the last class regarding the components, so these are what the main components which are responsible for uh, for for expert system. In order to have an expert system, this components plays a major role. So in that one, you can see here we have discussed that how these components are held responsible for forming an architecture. Anyhow, today we are going to see in detail about the architecture of expert system. So before going to the architecture, first we will understand some of the basic examples of expert system. We need to understand that where and how the expert systems are useful. We have said that expert systems are a computer based application which helps a normal user, a non-technical user, to give some advice related to any specific domain. And one more thing I want to say is that, if you say expert system and if I say intelligent system, both are different. Intelligent systems are not specific with particular domain, whereas expert systems are particular with specific domain. If I'm using in here expert system for for example, if you see the examples here, like first example we are performing on the name of the example of expert system is Dendrol. So this Dendrol expert system is used for analysis of chemicals. Okay, here it will be used So here it will be used in chemical analysis of a chemical analysis process. That means this expert system is just specific with that one only. It cannot be used for any other domain. That's the reason like expert system are specific with domains, whereas a normal system, like intelligent systems, are not specific with domain. It is in a generalized way. Now these are what some of the examples here. Like the first example, if I say here, what the first example is Dendrol. So this Dendrol is an actually what was initially it was taken as an artificial intelligence project, and basically it was taken for analysis of new any unknown molecule. For example, if any unknown molecule is there and we don't know what type of chemical is that, so in order to guide about that this chemical which belongs to what type of molecule it is, so that kind of information will be provided by an expert system. So here in expert system, this expert system uses the knowledge base of organic chemistry. That means I said that in every expert system a knowledge base will be there. Knowledge base is specific with particular kind of domain knowledge. So here it uses the domain knowledge of organic chemistry, and with the help of the expert, the expert will assist this expert system in order to assist or in order to suggest regarding the analysis of a chemical. Okay, similarly we may have another examples, like we have Mycin, we have PXDIS, and we have CADED. So first we will be seeing how this expert system works. For example, now here I am taking an example of Mycin, that how this expert system actually started to build here. So Mycin is actually used in Mycin was an expert system. It was developed for for medical purpose. Okay, so here I'm just considering the knowledge from an expert. So here the expert is there. So expert here, medical field means here you can take as a doctor. You can take this expert as what? Doctor here, which is a group of doctors. Okay, and here non-expert user means a patient. Now what happens is, I'm just giving a scenario by which this mycin actually was developed. For example, this mycin was developed for it is used for medical purpose, but in medical also it is used for to study and to give suggestions regarding the infections in blood. Okay, for example, one patient is there and the patient is suffering from some kind of infections, and the patient knows that this kind of infection is there, but patient doesn't know the root cause of this infection. So what happened is, the patient visited to an hospital and the junior doctor suggested him to go for some blood test in order to rule out the reason for that. So what the patient has did is, the patient has went to, the patient has did the diagnosis of that means the patient has did some blood test, and the reports, along with the reports, patient came to hospital, and like juniors doctors has seen the reports of the particular patient, but the junior doctors are unable to rule out the reason why the problem is happening. What is the root cause? They are unable to rectify. They are unable to get the point. So because of that, as you know, in some hospitals, if some expert doctors are not available, okay, I'm saying that why this mycin has been developed, and you'll also come to know that how this expert system will works. So in order to get the decision, in order to finally rule out what can be the root cause, they actually wants to contact with the expert doctors, but the expert doctors were not available. So because of which what happens is, they taken the help of expert system. So what this expert system will work is that expert system will contains knowledge base. If you see here, this is your knowledge base. So in this knowledge base, what happens is, many expert doctors will give their knowledge in that, okay, based on, and it is just specific with the related to blood infections. Okay, so this knowledge base contains the information of that kind of problems, and based on the reports, or based on the symptoms what the patient have, the junior doctor with the help of expert system will try to get the advice or opinion through by an expert system. That means here we cannot say simply that expert system was actually a replacement of doctor. No, it is not a replacement. Usually it will be handled by junior doctors, and they will be get the opinions of expert doctors through the help of this expert system. That means even if the doctors are not available at some instance, so what they will do is, they will take the help of this expert system. Okay, remember, this expert system are not the replacement. It is just a supporting mechanism, but still this supporting mechanism also helps a lot in some cases, because it is not possible always the doctors to be available for that kind of problems. So because of this, what happens is, with the help of this expert system only, it will be very much helpful. Okay, and it was actually developed because of this reason only. It was the expert system was developed, and it was developed in the year 1970s. Okay, so in that era it was developed, and because of this reason only it was developed. And because of this, after that again they worked more and more on that, and after that they worked on this expert system. Like I said, mycin is one expert system. So along with mycin, they worked on, after that they go on emycin. So this emycin is again an empty mycin. Empty mycin means, for example, mycin is just specific with blood infections, okay? But emycin is what, like a template of an expert system where you can take, where you can use for any other disease also. I mean, it acts as like a shell where you can use it for any other purposes also. After some years, when mycin has developed, after that emycin has been developed, because it like this mycin is just specific with blood orders, but in order they have think that if it is applicable for blood infections, why can't we have so many problems will be there? But all of these either emycin or emycin are being used for medical purpose only. So this emycin is one of the kind of a template where you can put any kind of diseases and where you can put any kind of information in that, and so it acts like as a shell, okay? So in that sense, what happens, this mycin was developed. So because of that, what happens is it has helped many peoples in a way that it reduces the need of expert doctors at some moment of time, because sometimes the scenarios will be in such a way that it won't be available. It won't be like the doctors won't be available at such moment of time. And at that time it was being developed where there was no much more communication where we presently have. So that's why you can come to know that how this expert system will work. So that's why if you can see, if a patient is there, like a user interface means how an expert system will communicate with a non-expert user through user interface. That means whatever the facts means in the terms of its symptoms, the facts of the patients, the sample input here, this sample input indicates what this sample input indicates. This sample indicates that it can be the reports, okay, the blood test reports, or whatever the reports which are required for the particular kind of infection in order to rule out the reason. So that's why it can be the reports or it can be the symptoms. So all of these things can be taken as a sample input, and these are you can call as facts. What these are called as facts. And these facts, what happens, will be taken by rules engine. So I said you all earlier that rules engine means you can also call as inference engine. So this inference engine will work on like as production rules. I already said previously about production rules. Production rules means here whatever the facts are there, based on that it works like an if-then case. Okay, if particular condition is there, then the action has to be taken. Okay, so in that sense this inference engine works. So whatever the input, I mean whatever the facts which a patient has been given with the help of user interface to inference engine, so inference engine will take that, and with the help of the knowledge base, so this knowledge base, who will going to handle this knowledge base? Expert doctors. Okay, this will be handled by expert doctors. So these expert doctors will handle this knowledge base. That means whatever the information which are related with the infection of blood related infections, all such type of information will be present in this knowledge base, and based on that inference engine, based on the given facts, if the condition matches, then it will give an action. So the result again it will going to give back to a patient, or you can say junior doctor, because I said with junior doctor is communicating with an expert system. So anyhow we are taking patient. Why? Because the patient only given the facts, right? The facts are actually been given by a patient. So what happens here is the advice. So now this expert system will give an advice or opinion or suggestion, whatever you may say, okay, that so and so things can be taken, okay, so and so thing can be performed, or so and so treatment can be performed in order to treat the particular disease what a patient is suffering from. So in that sense, this mycin works actually here. So what you can say here is that here you can say as that facts based expert system here. Facts means based on the facts it receives, and it works if then condition. So this is very important here, because if the condition matches, then only it will give an result. And why I am saying that it is domain specific? Why I am saying it is domain specific? Because here if the condition it matches, then only it will give. If for example, if you are giving information which is not related to blood infections, okay, so ultimately what happens, if condition doesn't match, and because of that there won't be any result for that. So that's why you can call as it is a domain specific, okay, and it is domain specific, and this is how the mycin works. So in that way, this is just one expert system which I explained you to understand that how in real time this expert system works, okay. And remember, this mycin works in backward chaining process. See, there are two types of process which can be performed in inference engine. This is forward chaining or backward chaining. So how this inference engine work as backward chaining process? Backward chaining means here, what happens in backward chainings, it takes the goal as an input and again it reaches back to the original state, okay. Like I said you previously here, this thing I already represented the process of backward chaining. So the backward chaining or backward reasoning process. So this who will going to perform, inference engine is going to perform this backward chaining process. That means it will take the goal state as the first state. That means it starts from the goal state and it moves backward in direction, and in order to prove the known facts. That means here, for example, the patient has given some of the facts in terms of reports and symptoms. Now what happens is, you know that the patient is suffering from so and so infection, blood infection. So taking that blood infection as an input, it goes back, okay, with the help of inference engine, and it goes to the related facts. And if it really reaches to the facts, that means here the backward chaining works over there, okay. That's why you can perform either in forward or backward in process, okay. So this backward chaining or forward chaining is the process which is to be performed by an inference engine or rules engine, okay. So in that way this mycin works. Similarly, so that's why this was the earliest one. Why mycin is more important? Because it was the earliest backward chaining expert, and just to find out the bacteria, I mean like blood infection is there, in order to find out the bacteria, this mycin actually has been developed. And so that's why whatever the problem is there, so how here I said you that it will give you an advice or suggestion. So now the advice or suggestion will be in terms of recommendation of antibiotics, right? That so and so antibiotics can be taken in order to cure the disease, okay. And also if there are any kind of blood clotting disease also, it will also diagnose that one even. So this mycin works in that way. Similarly, not only mycin, which I have taken an example just now, like as that Dentrol also works. Also you may have PX-DES. So this PX-DES means here, this is about So P stands for pneumoconiosis, X-ray diagnosis expert system. Now this is also an expert system. Now the domain has been changed here, and the domain is on to for lungs. Okay, that was for blood infection. Now it is for lungs. So here it is used to determine the level of lung cancer. Okay, that means what happened here is that what type of input it will take the picture of the upper body, I mean like the X-ray report of an the lungs. Okay, and also whatever the related information it will take, that information along with the X-ray report of the lungs. Okay, based on that, what it identifies is the type of cancer and the degree of harm which had occurred already to the lungs. Okay, and based on that it will give you suggestions, recommendations, okay, advice that this is the level of lung cancer and you have to work out and you have to do in that way. So it is also like a patient is there, and or else you can say junior doctor, and here at the same time at the other end you may find an expert system, expert user which is as an expert doctor. So that expert doctor actually will give that information to knowledge base. See, expert system is not the software which is responsible for giving that information. It is actually the expert doctors which gives that information to the knowledge base, so that just is like through with the help of inference engine only everything works here. So the inference engine part is very important here. Why? Because inference engine will perform if then condition, that means the rules. It will, if the rules are satisfied, if the facts are satisfied by the rules. See here, the patient gives the facts, and if then, that means are the rules, production rules, and if the facts are satisfied by the rules of inference engine, then what happens? It will give you the output back to the home, to the patient, in terms of recommendations, in terms of suggestions. Not only that, you will be having CADAT expert system, which is also a diagnostic support system, but it is used for detecting cancer, okay, for at the earlier stages. Here also it is associated with cancer, but it is, the previous one was not to detect the cancer. The previous one was that already the patient knows that is suffering from cancer, lung cancer, but to know the degree of harm which has occurred by lung cancer will be provided by this expert system. Okay, but in the CADAT expert system, what happened is that it will detect the cancer at earlier stages, because it will be like it is just one kind of domain expert system which is deducting, and so like you can say that it is diagnostic support system. See, some support system or some expert system are diagnostic, some are for recommendation, some are to some are too helpful for in order to cure the disease, some are for analyzing the chemicals, which earlier I said in the first example. So like this, there are various examples of expert system, and basically mostly initially the expert system was used in medical purpose only. Okay, that was used for medical purpose only. That's why I said you that along with mycin, so mycin is specific with particular blood infection, but emycin was an expert system where it is a template. Remember what emycin stands for? Is a template. Okay, template, or you can say as a shell which doesn't have a particular it doesn't have a particular knowledge. So that means it is like a template or frame where you can use for any kind of disease. Okay, so in that way this emycin works. Now this is regarding about the examples of expert system which are most popular. Now we are going to the architecture of expert system. So basically in the previous session we have seen the components of expert system. So in the components of expert system we have seen the major components such as knowledge base, such as inference engine and user interface. Now using this with the help of these components we are framing an architecture of expert system. So now we'll be going to see more precisely, more clearly and more detail that how this architecture will going to be get framed for an expert system. Now remember, as we have already seen a user, so this user is a non-technical user or a normal user, first thing. Okay, now this user will communicate with the user interface that I already said you. This user interface is like as a is like a mechanism which used to connect a normal user with an expert system. That means whatever the facts which are being given by a normal user, like we have taken an example of mycin, so that facts will be given to the user interface, and this user interface will take that facts. Okay, this will take that facts and it provides to whom? It will provides to inference engine, which is the most important part of your expert system. So these facts are the questions. Now these facts will be taken as an input by inference engine, and based on the rules which are present in inference engine, and these rules will be taken by whom? Will be taken with the help of knowledge base. Okay, will be taken by the knowledge base, and these rules will be taken by the inference engine. Okay, this rules provided by knowledge base to inference engine. So and if the facts satisfies, then it will give you the result over here back to the user interface, so that this user interface will give the result to the normal user. Okay, like we have taken a patient, right? So that patient is what? A normal user, a non-technical user, or you can say a junior doctor. Now what is the another thing along with inference engine is the other thing is explanation system. What is this explanation system? See, these explanation systems are, for example, in order to communicate with the normal user, there are some questions that can be asked by a normal user to that expert system. So now this explanation system will provide a support of providing the explanation on the particular question which the normal user has asked, and this explanation system will be held responsible for giving the explanation to the questions which has been asked by a normal user. See, the facts are different thing. Along with the facts, the patient, the normal user can ask any other questions. So if whatever the other questions which are there, that questions has to be handled by the explanation system, and this explanation system will justify the expert system. What this explanation system will do? It will justify the expert system by providing the explanation back to the normal user. Now whatever these things will be performed in working memory. So this working memory is not only connected to the explanation system, but it also connects to the inference engine as well. Why? Because whatever the intermediate results that are being taken will be occupied by working memory. In order to get the final result, before getting the final result of the facts which the user has been asked to an expert system, there are intermediate results will be there. So that intermediate results will be present in working memory, and this working memory will be providing a backup of storing the data temporarily in order to get the result back to whom? The normal user. Now now what happened here is, as you know, inference engine is get connected with this knowledge base. Now how this knowledge base will going to be get updated? It will be, knowledge base will be updated with particular domain. So this knowledge base is specific domain. Okay, it is specific domain. That means, for example, I said you that, like we have taken an example of mycin, where it is that mycin will do for blood infections related queries, right? So whatever the queries, that means the information which it provides is just specific with that domain only. So that's why this knowledge base contains the information to the specific domain on which this expert system is built for. Now who is going to give this information to knowledge base? There is a mechanism of having knowledge acquisition system. So this is your knowledge acquisition system, which will provide or which will update knowledge base. And how it will update? It will take knowledge from expert interface, because you know expert also needs to communicate with expert system, right? Like a normal user is communicating with the expert system, there is an interface. Okay, so this part, explanation system or inference engine, will be work as the back end of the expert system. But at the front end side, what happens? This user interface is used to communicate with a normal user. Similarly, there is another interface called as expert interface, which will be communicating with expert system and as well as with expert, or else there is another term called as knowledge engineer. So this knowledge engineer or the expert, okay, will be communicating with expert system with the help of whom? Expert interface. Now this expert interface will take the knowledge from expert and it will provide to knowledge acquisition system, and this knowledge acquisition system will be responsible to take the knowledge from the expert interface and provides to knowledge base, so that the knowledge base will going to be get updated. If any kind of issues are there which related with the knowledge related issues, so that related issues which in terms of debugging process, debugging information will be again provided back to the expert interface, so that the expert or the knowledge engineer. So this actually debugging information will be provided to knowledge engineer, not to the expert, because expert is see here there are two persons in this one. The one is an expert and the other is a knowledge engineer. So expert is an user, like we said for mycin, for example, if I said expert is a doctor which provides the related information for a particular disease, so that related information will be given to the knowledge base by an expert. But who is going to update all of these things? Knowledge engineer. Who is going to interact with the expert system? Knowledge engineer. Who is going to formulate or who is going to update the knowledge base? Knowledge engineer. So knowledge engineer has a technical idea on expert system, whereas doctor is just an expert for the particular knowledge. So the two persons are different, but these two persons will communicate along with each other in order to develop or in order to perform the process on expert system. Okay, so first understand here, expert means the expert is related with a particular domain, a specific domain, information, whatever the information. So expert will give information and this knowledge engineer will take that information from expert, and with the help of expert interface it updates the knowledge base. So in this way the architecture of expert system works. Now this expert system, this is an example of shell. Shell means it's like an, it's like a template where you can have any type of expert system. This is a generalized architecture of expert system where you can take any type of expert system. Like previously we have taken some of the examples where you can, if you observe here carefully, what you can find in all of these 4 examples, in every example you can find that the knowledge base is different. that are not same. One is related with blood related infections, one is related with the diagnosing of earlier cancer, one is related to treat the cancer, lung cancer, one is related with the chemical, in order to analyze the chemical, what type of chemical is that. So all of these are which are related with different domains. So that's why you can say that this architecture is a generalized way of expert system where you can take any type of information, provided, as why I have specified doctor, because if my specific domain is related with medical purpose, then it can be an expert, can be a doctor. But if it is related with any other domain, then the expert will going to be get changed. So this doctor is not a generalized example, is a specific example which I mentioned over here, just to understand that what is an expert, who is an expert actually here. Okay, so remember, knowledge engineer is a person who is taking the knowledge from expert and it tries to update the knowledge base. Now, if again in detail, if I let you know the same thing which I explained just now is about that only, that knowledge base which I said just now, right? Knowledge base is our warehouse, means it contains rules. Okay, whatever the facts which I have taken from a normal user, it takes that facts and based on the rules, it will formulate the, it will give the result. Okay, so it will give the result. Okay, so this knowledge base means it's a warehouse of keeping the rules. Okay, and the next thing is about working memory, which I said that it will give the intermediate information. That means, for example, if one process is running, like one normal user has given some facts to expert system to get the advice from expert system. So in between that, the whatever the process which it performs in between that will be stored in one memory. So that memory is what your working memory. And next is about inference engine, which I said, which is one of the most important part of your expert system, and which is actually helps to manage the structure of expert system, because it takes the information, it takes the facts, and it gives the result. And inference engine is how will be responsible to handle all the parts of your expert system. That's why you can say that it manages the entire structure of an expert system. Okay. The next thing is about explanation system. Explanation system, just now while explaining I said that it will justify the expert system. That means the behavior of expert system, how whatever the questions, whichever the question has been asked, it will be in a position to be responsible to answer them. And the questions keywords will be like why, how, what are some of the keywords of that, how, this type of questions it can be handled, and it will give you the explanation back. Who will give? Explanation system. Similarly, we have user interface. I said user interface is how which is used to communicate with a normal user, non-technical user. I mean, in user interface only, whatever the facts or whatever the queries which a normal user has to ask by an expert system, that will be given through with the help of their queries. Their facts are actually queries. Okay, and how this, see, in artificial intelligence, remember, whenever a human being, whenever it interacts with a software, it will interact with the process of NLP. What is the process name is? NLP, natural language processing. That means computer doesn't understand your language, and that means like the computer means here the software, AI software doesn't understand your language. So in order to communicate with a normal user, what we require is natural language processing, which is responsible for communication between ourselves as a normal user with an expert system. Now again, the next part is about knowledge engineer, which I said that knowledge engineer means they are the engineers which are being used to design the system. Who will going to design the expert system? Knowledge engineer. And who is going to update this knowledge base? Knowledge engineer. With the help of whom? Expert. Okay, so this expert or knowledge engineer are the two different persons, okay, which are interacting with each other in order to perform or in order to exhibit the expert system. Similarly, I said the user is a non-technical user or non-expert person who just wants to ask and advise. And the next thing is about expert system shell, because I said that this is not one specific example, this is a shell. Shell means here, what you can take here is that in this shell is just like a template, okay, just like a template where you can take any of the expert system, you can update it. That means what you can say is that, what do you mean by shell? Shell is an expert system without knowledge base. Without knowledge base means like without having specific domain information. Now simply you can say that, so what you can say, shell is equal, shell plus specific domain will give you as specific expert system. Why? Because this shell is a common one for all types of expert system, but it is not related with any particular specific domain. But if you add particular specific domain, I mean like if you update knowledge base, then with including this and this, it will give a specific expert system. Okay, so this expert system, it will have all the other things, like what it has, all the basic components of expert system, whatever it has, it will present all of the things, and it can be used for any kind of expert system. So you can take an example here as Java expert system. Okay, this is Java expert system shell, which is used, which contains Java APIs, and where you can take any of the expert system. So this is all one of the example of shell. Okay, this is one of the example of expert shell, I mean like expert system shell. Okay, so well, in this session we have seen about the examples of expert system along with the architecture of expert system. Okay, so in the next session we'll be going to see the phases to build an expert system. Okay, so with this I conclude this class. Thank you.